Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today we're back in Warframe to talk about a weapon that I have been loving since the normal version came out, which is the Cedo. In this case it's going to be the Cedo Prime, of course, because it just is a better version of the normal Cedo, and this is a fantastic shotgun to bring, especially if you're using Lavos. But more on that later. For now, the shotgun has quite the tight, let's call it, spread, so it's quite easy to actually hit enemies even though they're further away from where you stand. And it also comes with an alt fire that shoots one glaive, which is affected by multi-shot, so in this case I'll have two, and this glaive bounces all over the place, enemies and whatever it hits, and deals damage, applies statuses, quite a lot of those actually, and then comes back to your weapon and allows you to shoot it again. It does not consume any ammo, does not consume anything at all. It's just a glaive you can shoot for free and applies a lot of stacks of different statuses. Anyways, that's enough introductions for now, so let's jump into the build. Starting from the base stats, this weapon is actually quite good with a magazine of 40 and a fire rate of 4.5 at base, which is more than enough. It has a multi-shot of 7, which is how many pellets you are shooting, and this multi-shot is important to remember because the total damage is basically your damage multiplied by 7 or whatever multi-shot amount you have. Reload is also alright at 1.8 seconds, it could be better, but it's alright, it's usable. It comes with a 0.8 meters of punch through at base. The Revenge disposition is only 1 out of 5, and of course I do not recommend going for any Revents. They will be basically worthless and give you no stats at all. The fall-off is also quite generous, starting at 26 meters, which is usually more than you wanna shoot this weapon at. So yeah, it's actually pretty good. And it also has some nice crit and crit damage, actually 2.4 being quite high. And the status per projectile is only 2%, but remember we are shooting 7 projectiles every time we fire the weapon at base, so it's not that terrible. Moving to the glaive or your alt fire, this fire mod does not have any punch through and this cannot be modded at all, so you cannot make the glaive go through multiple enemies, it just has to bounce. The crit chance and crit damage now are way lower, but the status chance is 50% at base. The glaive itself will apply slash, while the explosion that has the same stats has a range of 6 meters and will deal blast damage instead. This weapon also has a unique trait when wielded by Lavos that converts all secondary ammo pickups to 50% of shotgun ammo when this condition is satisfied. But now moving to the actual build, this is what I'm currently using. Critical Deceleration and Prime Ravage for crit stats at the cost of some fire rate, which is not that big of a problem. Galvanized Hell for a lot more multi-shot, Galvanized Savvy for more status chance and on kill even more damage, Magnetic Strife and Atomic Fallout for magnetic and radiation, and these mods also give us more fire rate and more magazine capacity, Scattering Inferno for more hit and status chance, and Prime Point Blank for more raw damage. I also suggest investing in Counterbalance or Prime Counterbalance if you have it, because this weapon tends to kick like a goddamn mule. As for your arcane, we have two choices, and those are Primary Crux, if you just wanna build for status, or Shotgun Vendetta, which is what I'm using to actually be dealing some damage, and also to fix the reload speed, because 1.8 is a bit too slow, while with this arcane, it's a lot easier to actually spam the weapon and use it in general missions. Okay, that's pretty much the build, let's now see it in action. And as always, I'll have my 20 Rapid Heavy Gunners level 230 with Silpa modifiers, and this weapon also has another trick up its sleeves, and that is the more statuses an enemy is affected by, the more damage the primary fire will deal, so your normal shotgun mode. Which means if you just fire the weapon, we can expect like pretty much no damage. However, we use our glaive to apply pretty much all the statuses known to man onto enemies, and now we can do this damage, which is so much higher than before. And of course, then we get all the buffs that the weapon has thanks to those mods and everything, and we are able to just delete anything that's in front of us without literally any trouble at all. It's also quite easy to just spam the glaive, you just have to keep an ear out for the, well, the recoil sound basically. It's a bit hard to spot, but it's like a small reload sound, something like that. So whenever you hear that, you can just fire the glaive again, and yeah, that's how it performs. Now, the reason why this weapon is so good on Lavos is obviously the amount of statuses your glaive can apply onto enemies and how fast it does it, because it's just insane, which means you can just cast your 4 and pretty much kill everything, even without like priming or whatever. It's a very, very solid weapon to use, and another reason is that Lavos is also pretty good at spreading statuses himself, and also grant some more elemental damage thanks to one of his augments. In this case, for example, if I want to infuse more viral damage into my weapon, I just infuse viral by holding my abilities and then cast 1, and I do get this Valence Formation boost, which also grants more viral damage to my weapon. That means I can deal even more damage. So yeah, it's quite the strong weapon. And I mean, it's not just good on Lavos, it's pretty much good on any Warframe. And if you need some statuses to be applied onto like all the enemies in the map, this is the weapon to bring. Now, I will also be using my Panzerruppafeiler because this pet grants us passive viral application and also 1.2x more crit damage multiplier thanks to Tenacious Bond, plus a bunch of other useful things. And yeah, let's see how it goes. So 20 fresh enemies. I'll also grab Blast from Lavos because Blast is just so good. And let's see. Yes, we are just deleting everything. Like before, but now with added, I guess, AoE thanks to Blast, which is pretty cool, or as someone else will say, is pretty insane. And yeah, that is the Cedo Prime. I mostly use this weapon to just spread statuses, so that's why my build is not mostly focused on dealing damage, and usually your Warframe buffs are more than enough to grant this weapon the added stats it's missing from the mods, but overall I think it's a pretty cool tool to have. Also with this skin, it just looks insane. I thought this was like a flamethrower skin, because that's what it looks like, but actually a shotgun skin for the Cedo. Pretty cool. And yeah, the Lavos skin also pretty sick. And the Siandana, I just got it for the Black Friday discounts, which was like 3 euros in my country, so yeah, pretty cool overall. Anyways, I'll now leave you guys to the showcase where I test this weapon for 5 minutes in a grenade steel path survival, so you can see how it performs in a more realistic scenario. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, and if you like my content, consider subscribing. I wish you a beautiful rest of the day, thanks for watching, and bye-bye.
Get your goddamn ugly ass.
Chasing shadows, fighting battles. I've been on my own for a while, let them say I'm doing better. I've been broken, but now I'm going. It's like I'm chasing the sun, and all my fears are on the run. Can take my freedom, now you can take my freedom. It's like I'm walking on water, and all the waves don't even matter. This is my kingdom, and you can take my freedom. It's like I'm chasing the sun, and all my fears are on the run. Can take my freedom. Now you can take my freedom. It's like I'm walking It's like I'm chasing the sun, and all my fears are on the run. Can't take my freedom, now you can take my freedom.